if you're willing and have a desire to know yourself ever deeper, on a deeper and deeper, more intimate level, then you have to go deeper, and you have to unearth these root beliefs. And it's not easy to get to them, but it comes by being, really honest with ourselves, really honest with who we are, and to be willing to peel away the layers. Say, actually, I do carry around a sense of failure. Actually, I do carry around a sense of unworthiness. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that, And I can speak to that as well, because I've carried around a sense of failure, a lot of my life. When I realised life wasn't going the way I sort of imagined. I imagined I was going to be a big rock star on a certain level, or an artist, or a musician. And then I, had to realise that, well, actually, maybe that's not going to happen in the way that I thought. And in the meeting of the emotion with the fact, if you like, or the belief at least, something melts, because that's not who I am. That's not actually who I am. Who I am is this. Who I am is here. Who I am is presence. Who I am is awareness. Who I am is love. Who I am is this grace. Yeah, to not be defined. But in order to not be defined by the root core beliefs that we've carried around, we have to face them. They only dissolve in the face of the light when we can really meet them, accept them. They may have been perennial truths that have run our lives for a very long time, but in the coming to light, in the bringing to the surface, in the very facing of them, they begin to dissolve. The root core beliefs and other beliefs only really have traction in our lives and have that kind of power when they're hidden in the shadows. Whenever anything is brought to the light and no longer held in the shadows, it stops to have that underground power that it has had. That is just a fact of nature. Yeah, everything comes home and everything is held, so we can carry easier our sense of failure, and it doesn't define us. It's what defines us. So that's what I unearth root core beliefs and face what arises. Face what arises. Face it. It's very hard to face sometimes. It's all very hard to face sometimes. It really is. I'm not saying it is easy, but the facing of it starts to break up stuff. It starts to break us up a little bit. It starts to break up some of the hardness. And what's revealed underneath the hardness is a much more tender, much more fragile, much more sensitive, much more vulnerable us, and it's all in there, but it's covered over. It's covered over by, these kind of defensive layers that we carry around. And in facing what arises, you kind of learn to, and it's sort of the principle, really, certainly of what I do, whatever what I offer, is to love it. Is to love it and stop judging it. To love what arises when it arises from the deepest. Know yourself. Go deeper. Unearth root beliefs. Face what arises. Love it. Love it all. If it's part of you, love it all. Bring it to the light. You don't have to. Reactivity comes only when things are held in the shadows. That's where reactivity comes from. And if you want to end the reactivity in your life, know yourself, go deeper, unearth root beliefs, face what arises, love it. And in loving it, it starts to dissolve. Everything starts to dissolve when we can face and love what arises. It's not simple. It's a deep journey within. Deep journey within. Yeah? But, there's, in many ways, if you want a fullness you know, of an awakening, awakened life, if you like, a life of deeper integrity, a life of holistic harmony, a life of a lived non-duality, a life where oneness informs your activity on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment, you know, in relationship to the world sort of basis, then you have to be able to face what arises and love it. Because if you can't love yourself, loving yourself with what arises is knowing yourself with what arises. The two are synonymous because they're the same thing. Loving yourself and knowing yourself are the same thing. It's like, you know, to come out of judgment mind, to come out of the mind that judges world, judges self, endlessly into this judgment, opens the doors of the depth of us. It's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. It requires courage. There aren't many videos where I say it doesn't require courage. It does require courage, but I'm trying to demyth courage, because I don't know anybody who hasn't got courage. I'm not the only one. Everybody's got courage. The courage to face ourselves is a profound courage, yeah, and to love it. That's it. That's all I'm going to say for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.